It's Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. And we're about to blow some glass. I got in a new order from Lampwork Supply. So we got all our big tubing for making rigs. We got a bunch of tubing for an order that we're working on for cigar tips. And we're also using that same size tubing for the necks of rigs. Hello all, hello, welcome, welcome. And I'm pretty excited we got this new tool. We don't hardly ever buy new tools, so it's pretty exciting. This is called a necking tool. It's a brass, I believe, brass necking tool. It's made by Griffin Glass Tools. And this can be used for many, many things. One thing it can be used for is to split a tube that I wouldn't be able to split with my nippers because it's too big. So we're gonna see how this works. I've only seen this done, I've never done it, so we'll see. Basically you get a section hot in the flame, and then you just rotate it on that necking tool, and then you kind of wiggle it, and it just kind of pops apart. We'll see. It's supposed to be kind of like magic. Let's see, we got that. Well, that didn't work. Let's try it again, I might have to watch some more videos on how to do this properly. There we go, okay, cool, we did it, woo! So, got that off there. So what that does is you're getting it hot, and then you're touching it to something really cold, and it creates this like heat difference that kind of lets you make a nice clean snap. So that was pretty fun. Woo. And then you can also use this tool for lots and lots of other things. You know, it's kind of like how a knife has many, many uses, or a spoon. Forks, not so much. But you know, like a rubber band's got 1,000 uses to it. So, you know, this tool has many uses to it, but that's just one of them. All right, so we're gonna make a bowl piece today. Someone asked us to do that last time. If you guys got any questions, throw up a comment, shout out where you're coming from, where you're commenting from, say hello to everyone, you know, let everyone know what you're smoking on, all that type of stuff. See if there's any quick fun comments here. Hey. Have I ever burned myself? Absolutely. I don't think you're a real glass blower unless you burnt yourself and cut yourself pretty good. I haven't burnt myself in a really long time, probably like months, like, I don't know, like 3-4 months maybe. No jinx. It's just about being careful. That's all burning yourself. If you're focused and you're careful, you will not burn yourself. The only times I've ever burnt myself are when I hadn't been paying as much attention as I should have. You're fucking awesome, Mama Bear. What's up? I love all you people so much. The positivity, I can feel it. I can feel it growing stronger. The love is in the air. All right, so we're gonna go with, we gotta pull down some tubing. Luckily, I just got, so this is amber purple tubing. So this is something kind of fun. I don't know if you guys see a lot of raw materials, if other glass blowers show you, but so this is what you start with for making rigs, for making hollow carb caps, bowl pieces, pipes, whatever. This is amber purple, so this is this beautiful purple, blue shades that strike out in this. Right now it just starts out kind of blah, kind of yellow. So we're gonna pull some of this down. To do that, I have to attach a smaller diameter tube. So we're gonna go ahead and use this here. And the tubing I've got right here is 16 millimeter. Just, you know, I'm gonna say some of the I'll say the millimeter sizes a lot. That way if you guys watch a lot, you can kind of learn, okay, that you'll be able to see a tube or a rod, you're like, that's 12 millimeter, that's 20 millimeter. Because, you know, if you're interested in glass and you want to become a glass blower, knowing sizes for things does help. And it does take a little while. I'm so bad at like sizing things, you know, distances, things like that. So it took me a long time to learn even what, you know, 12 millimeter looked like versus 9 millimeter. But it's definitely a useful thing. So I'm looking for my tweezers. Here they are. Because it's kind of, see how it's a little ugly right there? There's like this part hanging off, so I'm just gonna pull that off. That way we get a little bit better connection. There we go. And I've got a bucket full of water right here. I'll show you guys. It's generally referred to as the tink bucket for the noise it makes. It goes tink when you're knocking off glass pieces. Okay, so these are totally different diameters, right? So I need to flare this one, meaning make it wider right at the end so that they match up. So there's a lot of different tools you could use. I'm gonna be using just my tungsten pick. You use tweezers, you can use jacks, reverse jacks. And you can see I'm just kind of widening out the lip. See if it matches up. Yep. See, so now we got close enough of a match. It's not perfect, but that'll line all the way up to make a seal. Another thing starting out, like when I first started blowing glass, this would have felt super awkward to hold in my hand and spin, and now it's like, no problem. So that's something when you're starting out with glass blowing, you gotta take into account. It's kind of like when you're learning a new sport. I'll tilt this camera up in a second. When you're learning a new sport like basketball or soccer, you're gonna be really, really sore, right, when you first start. And it's gonna feel uncomfortable to your body parts, to your legs, to your arms, whatever. If you're not, you know, prepared for it or thinking about that. And it could ruin the experience for you if you're, you know, not aware of it. If you thought it was gonna not be something physically challenging, and then it is, you might be upset about it. So don't forget, glass blowing is physically challenging. It's not super hard, it's not like playing basketball, but it does require muscles that you don't normally use, coordination, you know, with your hands and your eyes, so things like that. So I've got this connected, I'm just pulling down a little section that I'm gonna use for the bowl piece. Okay, so now I'm flame cutting that off. So now instead of working with this big thing, I can work with this little section. Put that down there. See if there's any questions real quick. Smoking on some Star Dog. Nice. Sounds tasty. I don't even know what half the strains are these days. What type of gas do I use? Good question. So on most torches for melting borosilicate glass, you use a mix of propane and oxygen. If I was melting quartz or making quartz bangers, I would have to use acetylene instead of oxygen, I'm pretty sure. Awesome, I'm glad you guys like the little bit of info. Thanks for joining. Don't forget we're doing a giveaway here. If you guys have any requests in terms of what you'd like to see me make, definitely just throw down a comment. If I don't make it this time, I'll make it probably next time. All right, so we've got this, okay? So that's great, we got that prepped up. Now we gotta get our joint. So, let's see, I'm gonna use this 18 millimeter male. I gotta find the tool that holds it. So here's the tool I use for holding joints. It's hollow, top is hollow too. I can puff air into it, and it fits an 18 joint like that. Now, graphite's cold. This is gonna get really hot, so I'm gonna kind of preheat this thing in the kiln. Which of course isn't on, so we're not gonna preheat it in the kiln. We're just gonna hope it doesn't crack on us. Okay, so I don't need all this clear, all this extra clear, so we gotta pull that off, right? This is where the bowl is gonna be. So if I wanted, I could melt part of this down and make a bowl piece just out of the joint and then add some color accents, things like that. It's definitely a faster way to do it. Less expensive way, because I'm just using the clear glass that the joint came on. And there's several ways to make bowl pieces. Actually, there's a lot of ways to make bowl pieces. There's two basic styles that I see and think of, which is push bowl and pinch bowl. So one, you're gonna blow a bubble and then pop a hole and then push a bowl just like you would a pipe. The other one, you're going to just open up your cylinder and push little holes in it to create a pinch. So I'll show you both of them. That way you guys can let me know what style you like. From the feedback I've gotten so far, people seem to want the pinch style bowls a little bit more, even though we haven't really made any of those yet. I'll make one here today. Oh, needs a little bit more. And then there's a lot of other styles, there's some crazy styles of bowls. Okay, so here's something that happens is when I grabbed it, it came right out of my tool because it's not really in there. You gotta twist it to really keep it in there. And then obviously I'm pulling outward, so gotta make sure I'm not pulling too hard. There we go. Should be better. Whoop. Okay, so I popped that, it's open now. Okay. So I'm gonna set this down for a sec. Now I gotta open up this other end. What do you guys like better? I'm gonna work on this, but I wanna see some comments. Do you like pinch style or push bowl better? Whoever has the most comments here, that's what we're gonna make, so. Right while we open this up. Just a reminder, we are gonna do a giveaway. We'll do it here right in the middle, right after we make this bowl, before we make the next bowl. Push, pull. It's on there good. There we go. And you'll find certain tools work better for certain things. You'll have your favorite tools. Your go-tos, your go-tools. All right, so I opened that up, I flared it out. Now we're going to attach our joint to our color, and let's see what the votes were for. We got push bowl. If you want to order shirts, send a direct message. Someone asked, where can I order shirts? Send a direct message. We don't have too many left. I would love to do my own TV show someday. I'm young, I'll get there. Keep watching. Okay, so we're making a bowl today in case you just tuned in. I guess we're making a push bowl because there was only one vote. I mean, we're making both, but we're making a push bowl first. The difference is, I explained a little earlier, one is you blow it out and pop a hole and then push a bowl. The other one, you just simply open up your cylinder, kind of like how I did this, and you create pinches. It's easier to watch than to explain. But here I'm trying to make a really smooth connection. I did. Turn upside down. Puff out a little air. That just helps make it a little bit smooth. Okay, and so here's where you would start doing different steps, right? So here's where if I was doing a pinch bowl, I would kind of pull it out a little more and then just cut off at the end. But because I'm doing a push bowl, I'm going to condense down and then blow out a bubble. And again, you guys bear with me on patience because it will pay off. But at some point we're going to be getting some really cool lenses for the camera. Going to get another phone setup. And then we can have like multiple angles go in. See some really cool what's going on in the flame action. Okay, so I condensed it a little, I closed it off, pulled it off from this other tube. I'm gonna melt it in and kind of blow it out into a bubble. And this is a great way to even out the wall thickness on whatever piece you're working on. This color is super creamy, really nice color to work with. Turn my oxygen down a little, it's blasting kind of hard. You gotta always make sure you're spinning while you're blowing or you'll just blow out, you'll pop a bubble right out the side of your thing. It's not what you wanna do. And that looks pretty nice, I'm gonna try and blow some of this. I got a condensed portion of solid right at the tip, so I'm gonna try and blow that out. I might just have to pull it. And you can see here already, see how that orange is kind of like painted on there almost? That's some of that striking that's gonna come out from the amber purple. It's gonna be really beautiful. Going to be beautiful. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick a little hole, get my flame down real small. And you want as small a hole as possible. So you don't want to heat up the glass too much. The more glass you heat up, the more it's going to kind of pull out when you grab it. Okay, so I've made a little hole right there. Melt that so it's not sharp. Then I'm gonna, so here's where I'm gonna push my bowl. So I need my bowl push, that's this tool, graphite, and see how it's just kind of shaped. And we're gonna heat up kind of around the hole, but not right on the hole, otherwise when we push it, I'm gonna, right before I push it, that's gonna blow some cold air right on that hole to hopefully keep the shape to it. Because again, you don't want to stretch out your hole. Oh, I can't believe I just said that, but you don't want to stretch out your hole, otherwise all the green good stuff is gonna fall through. What a great t-shirt that would be for glass blowers. Don't stretch out your hole. No one likes a stretched out hole. Puff and push. You gotta be a little quick because you did puff cold air on it. It is cooling down. It will not move once it's too cold. But you see there we got a pretty sweet bowl push, and I can push it more. I can make it deeper, so don't worry about how deep it is on your first push. Is like I'll heat it up again now, and I'll push it more. So I'll show you. You just heat it up around the edges too, because that's kind of where it's pushing in from. And then I'll just a little deeper. Boom. That's a gorgeous bowl. And even, you know, so my hole when I popped it wasn't exactly dead center. So it's actually even a little bit on the side, which is really nice, because now for sure the ash isn't gonna fall through as easy. So I like this little piece. Let's put a handle on it. I really have been finding that I love having a handle on my bowl piece. So let's go, man, what color? Color combos, yo. Let's do, oh, so many on. I'm trying to think, either the CFL pink, because that goes pretty cool. Oh no, let's do apricot, or not apricot, double Mai Tai. I just bought this color too. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you have any questions, just shoot a comment. And so this is double Mai Tai. It's gonna change completely to dark blues and purples, kind of to match the amber purple. So just a light flame on the bowl piece. I don't want too much heat on there, it'll collapse because it's hollow. But this rod I've got fully in the flame right now. And when it's good and ready, I'm gonna make this connection in the flame. There we go. Pull it out of the flame, back in the flame, out of the flame, rotate angles, back in the flame, out of the flame. Lots of little back and forth, but it's perfectly attached now. And then you gotta decide what shape you want your handle to be. Do you want it to be kind of flat? Do you want it to be a round handle? Do you want a horn handle? I'm just gonna go with a paddle shape, a kind of flat paddle. Very easy to grab. So you can see I just flame cut a little bit there. I'm gonna melt that kind of nubbin in. Again, just back and forth, rotating. I can switch hands if I want to get back and forth action. Lots of different ways to do things. But there we go. Okay, we got that, and I'm gonna leave it like that. That's gorgeous right there. Really nice handle. I'm leaving it like this. If I turn it up, gravity's gonna pull that handle downwards, so I'm gonna let it cool in this direction. And that's good now, it's not gonna move around. So here's how it looks right now. All these colors are gonna strike out just super, super nice. We're gonna get this out of the holder here. Got so much stuff on my fiber blanket. We just grab this, came right out, super nice. Here's the finished bowl piece. Throw this in the kiln, let the colors just pop. And we'll make that pinch bowl next after we pick this giveaway winner. Don't turn away, don't tune off. Before the giveaway, don't miss out. Oh, that's right, I forgot the kiln's off. So we're gonna let this cool on the fiber blanket. I'll throw it in the kiln later. Again, there is a possibility that it's gonna crack on me as it cools because the joint was in a cold graphite holder the entire time and I was heating the rest of it. So if there's any stress point as it's cooling down, it might crack. I don't think it will. I have a pretty good success rate. If you ever want to figure out how good your seals are, how clean your connections are, make stuff and don't throw it in the kiln. See what cracks, see what doesn't. You'll really see where you need to work on certain things, what you're really good at. You'll be like, wow, I didn't crack any of these without throwing them in the kiln. Like my connections on that piece are super solid. And you'll be like, oh, these Marias I need to work on better because I cracked like 8 out of 20 of my Marias or whatever. So it's a great way to see where your pieces can be more structurally sound, where your glass blowing can be a little bit more technically sound. All right, let's get it. Giveaway going down right now. Okay, eyes closed. Up and down, up and down, up, down, up, and stop. On ACole2332, you are the winner. Congratulations. Thank you so much to everyone for watching. And let's see, I'll read through the comments real quick. I hope it doesn't crack either. If it does, as long as it's not on the actual physical joint, then I should be able to fix it. So it's not something I stress about too much. Again, I feel pretty confident it's not gonna crack. So let's see. Do I do rig videos? So personally, I've only made maybe like 4 or 5 rigs so far. I don't enjoy making them on the torch setup we have just because the flame isn't big or hot enough to melt the glass quickly enough to my liking. And it's bushy, so it's not necessarily an accurate flame, if that makes sense. Here, I'll show you. Right, you see how kind of skinny this flame is? It can get much bushier. If it's bushy, it's less accurate in terms of like precision where you're hitting your heat, which does matter a lot in terms of rigs and shaping. And then I just also don't have certain tools that would make it a lot easier and more fun for me to do. So I don't really make a lot of rigs. I just don't enjoy it as much. Ben is super into making rigs. That's why we got that big case of tubing. And then our employee is getting really good at making rigs. He goes by Buddha Boy Glass. If you guys want to check him out on Instagram, he's got an Instagram. He doesn't post to it too often because we keep him super busy. But yeah, definitely lots more rigs coming. As soon as Ben gets a little bit more comfortable with making rigs, he's gonna be doing a bunch of them on the live. He'll be doing customs. Like, you guys, we're just getting started with this glass blowing thing. Best believe it. It's gonna be going to the moon and back, where with the ideas we have and the equipment we're gonna have and the facility we're setting up. So, I mean, if you like glass, stick around, follow us. We keep it pretty poppin'. So. I'm super happy that you guys are learning stuff from this too. I think that's really cool. I really appreciate all the questions, all the curiosity. Appreciate all the attention for you guys watching. Shit, yeah, you won. Send us a direct message, and I'm pretty sure you bought some glass, so you're just gonna get sent right out. With the giveaway, the way we work it, because we're doing giveaways every single day, on top of the other giveaways we're already doing, we're just asking people to pay the shipping cost, or we'll hold on to your auction or your giveaway win until you can buy something and then toss it in for free. So, but if you happen to win right after you just bought something, boom, goes right in the box, no problem. I'm pretty sure that's what happened with the winner for today. So, let's do it. All right, let's make this other style of bowl piece here. And it's getting a little warm. The torches are hot. They definitely emit a lot of heat, so I gotta take off my sweater. We got the back door cracked though for the cross ventilation. Always remember, just because you're sucking air out doesn't mean you don't need fresh air coming back into your area. So always have replacement fresh air for your ventilation. And that could be a window, that could be a door, anything. But you gotta have it, otherwise it's gonna create like this vacuum in your attic and suck down weird fumes and gases from your house, shit like that. Okay, so we need a different joint. Let me see what I got. Yeah, I got another 18. We're gonna make a matching set here, because I think matching is awesome. I think the human brain just loves when things match, patterns. Matching is just all about patterns. So we got another joint twisted in there, so it's not like pulling on, it's not coming out now. Although sometimes you twist too hard and then it won't come out, like probably twisted too. There we go. You gotta be careful. I've broken pieces before trying to get the joint out of the holder. There's a little tap trick, like if you tap on this, it's supposed to make it come out easier, but sometimes it doesn't, so gotta be a little careful on that. Okay, so we're gonna pull down another section of this amber purple. First thing we gotta do is pop a hole. That way we can attach a tube, same we did last time, this other bowl. There you go. Oh. Tink. And that's why it's called the tink bucket. I'm just flaring this with my pick. Get a little beeswax on there. Keep it slick on the pick. And here you can see how that color really comes out, that purple on that amber purple. It's really nice. Okay, so let's go ahead. I need a tube. I'm gonna cut this tube. So another safety tip when you're cutting, this is how probably I've cut myself the worst, is using nippers. Sometimes as you're nipping these, because they're so sharp, the piece will just kind of unexpectedly crack on you. If you're pushing with the wrong angle, you're gonna drive a sharp piece of glass like that right into your thumb or your finger, and oh my God, it hurts really, really bad. It's gonna throb on you for like 30 minutes before the throbbing goes down, and then it just hurts normal. But it's no fun at all. Cuts, I would say, hurt a lot worse than burns, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm sure there's people who disagree with me. And obviously a 3rd degree burn is gonna hurt worse than a little cut, everything in terms of degrees. But glass cuts are gnarly. Gnarly, gnarly, gnarly. So I don't have too wide of an opening here, luckily, so I don't have to flare this too much. It's probably plenty right there. And we get the big tube. Go opposite sides this time with my hands. Work out the left a little. It's always good to practice using both hands, switching up your hands. It just makes you a more skilled glass artist. Makes you able to do more things, makes you able to do them better. Think about, it's same as basketball. Like if you can dribble with both hands, you're better at it. If you can blow glass with both hands, you're better than someone who can only do it kind of right-handed or left-handed predominantly. So again, we're just pulling off a little section here. Nice and thick too, this tubing. So like one of the things you guys might not know about when you order glass colors is you do not get to see what they're sending you before you get it. So I ordered this color based off a picture of a piece of amber purple. Now, I didn't get to see what this tube would look like. I didn't get to see how big the diameter was, what the thickness was. So that's more a little bit of a crapshoot, or like just learning, right? Different companies send generally different thicknesses. Like North Star tubing is gonna come generally a little bit different than Trotman Art Glass tubing. They'll just kind of have their standard that you get, but sometimes even you'll get a lot of variance from the standard. You might get a 28 millimeter one time and a 19 millimeter tubing next time. So it's, don't expect to get something super uniform, machine cut. Like these are, a lot of these are hand-pulled pieces of glass, and they cut them to different weights. So we've got this bit here. Gonna pop a hole in that. That way it's ready to go and attach to the joint. If you got any questions, definitely throw down a comment. Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. All right, we got that. Got that ready to go. All right, so now we're gonna pull this extra glass off of here. I'm just thinning out some of the glass so I can tap that off and make a hole. Blow out any glass shards. All right, so we got that widened out. Now we're gonna make our attachment. I'm gonna turn my flame down, soften up the heat. This is where you wanna try and spin your hands evenly. Connection. All right, so I got good connection there. Just gonna heat that connection up a little bit more. A little puff. So I'm gonna stretch this out a little, try and get a shape that I like, which is pretty much straight. Just kind of going for, have it be a little bit bigger on the top part. I really only need half of this thing. See, I pulled off that much. Now we're gonna make a little hole there at the top. So a little different. This is where we're doing it a little bit different than the first one. Is this hole that we're making, we can make a big one because we're gonna flare it. There we go. Got a hole there. So now we're flaring it. So there we go. So you can see now we've just got this hollow cylinder. It's not quite a bowl piece, but it's actually almost done. Turn our flame down. We're gonna heat up one spot. And we're gonna push with our pick. Okay? So, see, I just pushed it in there and it created this little inner part. I'm gonna do that again, another spot. Cool, and then you do the third time. You got 3-pinch bowl. Nice. Okay, so you guys can see it makes this beautiful natural screen. And that's a pinch bowl. I'll put a handle on it still, but that's the difference between, let's see if this is still hot. Nice, see? This thing cooled all the way down, didn't crack on me, no problem. So, felt pretty confident about it, but here's the difference. Pinch bowl, push bowl. What do you guys think? Which style do you like better? We'll throw a handle on this still. Right at the top. Right, pull that off. Just making a nice little handle on this guy. I feel like big handles on these ones don't look as good because they're a little more sleek and streamlined, so I like to give them a little bit more streamlined handles. What's up? That's beautiful. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. Alright, so let's grab this. See if we can, yeah, see it came right out, so that's great. That's what we want to happen. Not have it get stuck. Awesome. Well, I will see if there's any questions here. And then that'll be it for today, and we'll do something really fun tomorrow for you guys as well. Ah, your phone died right when you won. That's funny. I could not figure out what you were talking about earlier. Well, rewatch the live. I'm about to post it right after I click the end. I usually post them up so you can rewatch the parts that you didn't miss. If you don't know, in the live feature, if you just kind of tap on the screen, it'll shoot you forward like, I don't know, it's like a minute or 15 seconds. I don't know. It skips you forward a little bit in the video, so you can skip parts you don't want to watch, rewatch parts you do want to watch. All right, well, thank you guys. So is it hard, the last question, is it hard to make a shorter bowl? I'm not exactly sure what you mean, just like really squat. Yes, because it would be closer to the joint, and it's just harder to work stuff closer to the joint because you can't, right, you don't want to melt the joint, otherwise you fuck with the shape of it. It needs to maintain that like perfect 14 millimeter or 18 millimeter shaping. So that's just the tricky part. But thanks so much, guys, and see you again tomorrow.